have a little chicken salad sandwich and yapping, right? And songs are like lightning bolts, and God sends them down and just hopes someone catches it.
Massive shout out to Renee then.
Yes, we love Renee.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Everybody Gets 15 Minutes here at Waterloo Records in Austin, Texas. A quick conversation with some of our favorite acts we have the privilege of hosting live in store right here on our own stage. I'm Gus Ochoa, and this is Gloria Anderson.
Hello.
Welcome to Waterloo Records.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. This place is beautiful, and right when I walked in, it was so lively. Everyone's happy.
I love that. We're very glad to have you, and we're actually having you back. You've been once before.
Yes.
I was reminded as I was like doing my research. Oh yeah, the MJM thing.
Yes,
that was really cool.
Yeah, honestly, such a blessing to be a part of that weekend.
Yeah.
They're just such wonderful and generous people, and yeah, it was a really sweet party to be at.
Yeah, so folks who don't know MJM,
yes,
that's McConaughey, Jack Ingram,
Mac Brown.
Yeah, notice I said McConaughey, not like his first name. I assume everybody knows who I'm talking about, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, they do some wonderful work for kids.
Yes, they do.
Great. Yeah, we had the privilege of hosting one of their events, which was really fantastic. Yeah, and it's all rushing back to me now. I think I went up to you while you were on stage and I said, "That's a cool guitar."
Yes, I do remember that. Oh my gosh.
I have a tendency to do that.
So funny.
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know. I really like that. I was like, that's awesome. What kind of guitar is that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have that one with me today. I'm playing my dad's guitar.
I mean, we'll let that slide since it's your dad's guitar. So you're from Luling. We were talking about that a little bit before. I've also read that you're a military brat.
Yes.
Is that okay to say, military brat?
Yes, it is. My dad was in the Air Force for 30 years.
Okay.
So I moved around a bunch as a kid, but we settled down in Luling, Texas, and I lived there the longest, so I claim that as home.
Yeah. So Nashville and Belmont, right, are in there somewhere too. Belmont University is where I read. So tell me a little bit more about that. Like, so where do you call home, like now, like today?
I still call Texas home.
Okay.
But my driver's license is Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. So you're based out of Nashville.
And I am based out of Nashville. And I do tell everybody that I'm still from Texas.
Do you really?
Yes. But I've been in Nashville for almost 7 years now. And I come down here once a month. I get to write down here. I get to gig down here. And I feel like I just can't kick Texas. So I'm going to come down here as long as y'all will have me.
Yeah, well, whatever. Absolutely. I mean, come on. It doesn't get more Texas than Luling.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Texas.
Yeah. Anybody who's listening hasn't been, gotta check it out. So yeah, I saw a video of you on YouTube that opens with a ladybug crawling on your guitar case.
Yes.
And you say that it's a sign that you're in the right place at the right time and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I remember John Prine came into our shop, our former location, several years back. He was doing a Q&A with the local station KZX. And the final question, I think, from the audience was maybe 7-year-old girl. And she asked, how'd you know you were supposed to do music?
Aw.
So Gloria, how or when did you know that you were in the right place at the right time?
Yeah. What a beautiful question. I think that COVID really set me into being sure that this is what I wanted to do. And I've written songs since I was a kid. I was a loud kid. I would sing all the time, but I don't think I understood the value and the power of music until COVID, when our human connection was just kind of cut off. I mean, I was sent home from Nashville. I'd been there for about 8 months and got sent home to Luling, Texas, and we had nothing to do. I was going on lots of walks with my mom, and I was blessed to have a family I could go to and spend that time with, but I felt so isolated and alone during that time. And there were a lot of my peers in the songwriting program at Belmont that were like, our industry just died. Live music isn't going on. I'm out of here. I'm going to be an accountant.
Wow, just like baby with the bathwater, just like they're done.
Yeah. And it made me go, no, I think that playing live and writing songs, there's a magic in that brings people together. And if I can be a part of helping someone in a small town or in a huge city feel seen, then that's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
I love that. That was a tough time for everybody. I mean,
it was.
I took a lot of long walks myself.
Yes.
And I don't live in Luling. I live here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
I got to know my neighborhood really well.
Yes.
Like I lived there for like 3 years and I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not know that these streets connected?
Yeah, I love that.
Anyway.
That's so funny.
So Run of the Mill, latest LP. That's why we're here. This little gem next to us. I was telling Gretchen when you brought it by, we pulled it out of the box. It's so beautiful in person. Like I've been seeing it online. And I was like, oh, this is a gorgeous photo and it's a great cover.
Thank you.
So you were named winner of Tractor Supply's Life Out Here Emerging Artist Program, right? So for those who aren't familiar, Tractor Supply is known as the largest like rural lifestyle retailer in the U.S., right? So first off, I had no idea that Tractor Supply was in the business of promoting musical artists, which is which I think is great when companies with ample resources like put some of that towards developing and supporting the arts. I think that's fantastic. So of your song, A Little Bit of Cowboy, they say it tells the story of how the spirit of hard work and persistence, the cowboy spirit, exists within us all. With a sweet melody that blends Americana, country, and a hint of bluegrass, Anderson's entry stood out among thousands of submissions. And that's a good segue to talk about some of these tunes. So tell me about A Little Bit of Cowboy. So how did this opportunity come to be? How'd the tune come about?
Thank you so much. First of all, the Tractor Supply thing was a insane opportunity, and I actually saw the ad on like TikTok for it, and I happened to be down here in Texas, and my mom came in my room one night and was like, the Tractor Supply thing closes tonight, you need to come apply. And I said, TikTok isn't real. I was like, there's no way a human being's gonna watch that video. And she said Cody Johnson and Tractor Supply wouldn't do something that wasn't real. And she got me out of bed, and I was like, it closed last night. She was like, nope, I double checked it. So I went and I applied on the last day, and then I was at Texas Songwriter U, and the day that I won Texas Songwriter U, I found out that I got top 5 for the Tractor Supply.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they called me on the phone, and I talked with the team, and we did multiple interviews and all these things, and I ended up just like absolutely falling in love with their team. It's been such a blessing to be able to work with them, but they are huge country music fans. Yeah. Like you walk into their marketing office and there's Luke Combs posters and like all kinds of band, Little Big Town all over her office. So I didn't realize how tight knit they are with the music industry and lifting up voices and giving songs a chance to be heard. So I submitted A Little Bit of Cowboy because their slogan is Life Out Here. And I don't know, I just think that the spirit of the cowboy isn't necessarily an outfit you can put on. I think it's really more about like how hard you work. And they have Tractor Supplies all over the country. There's people going getting their dog food there, you know, in New York or wherever. So I think that is what really connected us on a professional, but also on like a mentorship, friendship level. And I've been so blessed to be able to work with them.
That's an amazing opportunity. And you're right. I agree that a lot of the country is largely rural, you know, like California, like upstate New York, like that kind of thing. Absolutely. I just want to say kudos to your mom too, because that's really, really cool that she pushed you to do that.
Thank you. Yeah. My mom has definitely been that person for me my whole life. And my dad too. He taught me my first 5 chords on the guitar. Dang. So I'm grateful for him and for that. But yeah, the record, A Little Bit of Cowboy is on Run of the Mill, and the record was fully crowdfunded last year in 2025.
Amazing. So this is all you?
Yes.
Like no label or anything. This is just
all the way down to the font and everything. That was the first time I formatted vinyl. Wow. Those are the things you would never think about as a songwriter.
Sure. It's so eye-opening, right?
Yeah. And my dear friend Shelby Cory helped me with it. And mainly I did it all, and I showed her the template, and I asked her, hey, does this look right? And she was like, you do know this was my entire job at the record label that I worked for in LA.
That's so cool.
Which then I realized, wow, I'm doing someone's entire job, you know, is just checking these formatting things. But it was such a huge learning experience, and I'm so grateful that it's finally out and that I can, you know, go to the people who helped fund it and who've been a part of it since it was an idea and be like, I did it. Here you go. And like hand them a product. So it's been really rewarding.
It's really cool to have somebody like that in your back pocket though, that was like, this was my job. I'll help you out.
And I didn't even know. I was like, does this look right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yes. You're like, yes, this is what you did for a living.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Highway 80 is another one that resonated in a way that feels very intimate and almost like autobiographical. Life goes on. Then one day, all those days don't feel as long, I think is the lyric. Yeah. It reminds me, there's a song by a band called Harvest Thieves, a song called McCullough County Wind Chimes that I really like a lot. I also like the single artwork for this tune, like the pen drawing of the road signs.
Yes.
That's really, really cool. I think that's a great song. Is it autobiographical in that way?
It is, yes. That song is definitely a true story. It's my best friend and I from Luling. Yeah, we did a lot of growing up at a young age and experienced some loss in her family. And, you know, you live on a highway like that and you pass by these things in your hometown and you realize how many tourists come through. I mean, Luling's on I-10 and it's in between Austin, San Antonio, and Houston. People pass through that town all the time and they don't realize how much life is actually lived there. And that's what I hope people realize when they hear that song. I hope that they stop into the mom and pop shop and say hello and stuff. But the doodle that you're talking about also,
it's great.
Is my
you
friend.
Should make a t-shirt out of that.
Thank you. My friend Elizabeth Meller did all of the hand drawings except for the cannon for Come and Take It. I did that one.
Elizabeth, shout out. That's really good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, she will love that.
Yeah.
I met her actually freshman year of high school and she's an incredible artist and I'm so grateful that she's been able to help me with some of the graphic design.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. At first listen, I was also drawn to Run of the Mill, the title track. I really like the play on words about chasing the run of the mill. It didn't get me at first and then I was like, wait a minute, that's so cool. Like for a similar reason, the diner turned into a pawn shop, the river dried up to a creek. It's like a nostalgia feel for like a lost, like simpler time.
Yes.
Almost, I guess.
Absolutely.
Is that what you were feeling when you were going through that one?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And, you know, Luling has the Zedler Mill right off the San Marcos River when you pull in.
Okay, tell me about that.
So it's an old mill that they've had, and the high school does their prom there and like their homecoming there. I took senior photos there. It's become like a wedding venue. It's a prominent part of Luling, but so many people drive past it and don't even notice it. So that's what kind of sparked the title Run of the Mill. And I brought that idea to my friend Luke Levinson and Elliot Rousseau in Nashville. And we sat down. I think it was snowing outside in Tennessee when we wrote that song. And
wait, snow? What's that?
I know, right? I was like all bundled
snowing.
up.
What's the snow of which you speak?
Seriously?
That's awesome.
That's so funny. But yeah, so we got together and wrote that tune and Elliot plays it out. It's sweet hearing a guy sing it as well. Another perspective, just hearing his voice on it. But yeah, it became the title track. And I actually had a lot of the other songs that are on the record before this. But once I wrote the title track, they all just kind of fell in place. Yeah. And then I wrote Highway 80 and Tower Number 40 and then it was done.
Wow, so it's kind of like the keystone sort of thing.
Yes.
That's really great. The cornerstone, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
And then I'm intrigued by Chisholm Trail Nightingales. First, because I mean, it's a fun group of words to say, Chisholm Trail Nightingales. And then it has a historical feel to it. And if you ask any of my friends, my favorite podcast is a history podcast. So
yeah.
I really like how the video was shot in like an almost Super 8 like home movie kind of vibe. Talk about that one a little bit more. What's the story behind that one?
Yeah. So my great-great-great-grandfather was a chuck wagon cook, so they say. And my great-great-grandfather was a ranchero. He had a big old lasso and a whip and all these things. And we kind of dove into my family history a little bit, but that's what the legend says, is that's where it kind of sparked from. But my friend Jessie Lee, I got with her and I told her that I had heard that the old cattle drivers used to sing to their cattle when they would drive the cattle to keep them on the path, especially when it was dark out. If they would sing, then the cows were less likely to, veer off the trail and stuff. And so I had started that pick-in pattern and the chorus, well, Mississippi, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then pulled Jessie in. She was like, I want to write that. That sounds so fun. So we wrote the rest of the song together, but it's just our version of what that song sounded like and just an old cowpoke tune.
But that's cool. I love that. I love again, the historical aspect of it, kind of digging into your, I guess, family history in a way.
I appreciate that. I do. Every time I play it, I do shout out for all the history buffs or anyone who's fascinated with that stuff that the Chisholm Trail does not go all the way to Kansas City. No. It goes to Abilene, Kansas.
Oh, wow.
But that just didn't rhyme well with Mississippi. So we put Kansas City.
Yeah, Chisholm Trail Nightingales is a much better way. But it just rolls off the tongue a little bit more. I really liked the acoustic version of Black Gold.
Thank you.
On your YouTube channel. That one in particular stood out because growing up in Texas and again, you're talking about Luling. I've been to Luling a handful of times over the years. I remember the smell of the oil in the air.
Oh, yeah.
When I was there, that's one thing that stood out to me when I was a kid. And then all the pump jacks, is that what you call them?
Yes.
Like just everywhere it seemed.
Yep.
Like backyards, restaurants, everywhere. Next to gas stations. It was really, really cool. So the description in that YouTube video, it said, it's rooted in the backbone of Luling, the oil, the grit, and the people who carry it all forward. So in that vein, would you say that this tune is kind of like a postcard to your hometown in a way.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way of phrasing it. Yeah, I love that. I mean, Black Gold, it definitely shows the grittier side, but it also shows that there is kind of an unwritten strength to that small town. And there's a lot of people there that own wells, or I mean, my neighbor, our old neighbor, his grandfather was in the museum in Luling, and you would meet them and you would never know that they had been a part of like starting the oil business down there. There's so many humble and kind people there, and there's just such a deep rooted history in that town. So that's what kind of sparked that song. And my family started watching Landman. So
really?
Yeah.
Amazing. No, I love that. I was talking to Danny Golden the other day. He's a fantastic songwriter here in town, and he was talking about there was an old movie that he was watching that like he was like, oh, and then I just wrote the song.
Yeah,
it's like that's
exactly.
incredible. I love art influencing art. That's awesome. So you have this really cool quality to your voice. It reminds me of Dolly. A little bit, if that's okay. If that's okay to say,
I love Dolly.
Okay,
that's
cool.
a big compliment.
I was like, I hope that's okay. I mean, I figured it would be, but again, like drawing comparisons, I know it can be tricky. So, do you get that ever? Like, do you get that sort of comparison to her?
I think maybe the biggest one I would get is that it's more so just like an old sound, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's just how it comes out, I guess.
Yeah.
I did grow up on Dolly, though. I love her. And I remember we were actually stationed in New Jersey for a little bit, and that's where I first started riding horses, believe it or not.
This was with your dad?
Yes,
okay.
yeah. And my mom would drive us out to the barn, and she'd turn on Dolly records. But then my dad listened to classic rock. So I kind of grew up on a bunch of different kind of sounds and influences.
Sure. Who were some of those people that sort of that influenced you?
I mean, I would say I was most heavily influenced by songwriters when I got to high school. Before that, I kind of just listened to
So
whatever.
in high school, you were already like kind of like, oh, this is
Yes.
cool. Like songwriting separate from like the song.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, my mom, I remember even when we were really little, we'd be listening to the country radio, and she'd be driving the car and I'd be in the back seat in my car seat, and she'd go, "Did you hear that part?" Like it would be the bridge where there's a flip or a turn or something in the lyric. She goes, "Did you hear the story?" And I remember being like, yeah, it was like a movie in my head when I could listen to these lyrics in country songs. And I fell in love with that first. But when I was in high school, I discovered writers like Lori McKenna and Chris Stapleton, and just these people who always put the song first, you know?
Right.
And those have become my greatest influences, I think, because I fell in love with songs first. I didn't fall in love with singing and performing first.
Right.
I was fascinated by studying a song. And when I was a freshman in high school, my mom ran into I went to Incarnate Word High School in San Antonio, and she ran into a teacher who was trying to figure out why her class wasn't on the selection for incoming freshmen. She was like, "My class isn't on the selection. I'm not gonna have any students in my class." And my mom was like, "Well, my daughter's an incoming freshman. She'll sign up for your class. What is it?" She goes, "It's lyric writing." And it turns out Renee Cole Willis is her name. She had lived in Nashville for many years and was signed to a publishing deal with Don Schlitz, and ended up moving back to Texas for some family reasons and got a job at the high school that I went to. And she taught lyric writing because she was a songwriter. And there were 3 of us in that class that semester. And since then, she co-wrote Come and Take It on the record. And we've written so many songs together. She's become a mentor and a dear friend of mine. But I think she also is a huge part of my journey in moving to Nashville and pursuing songwriting, but also falling in love with more writers. She showed me the Loretta Lynn documentary or the movie. All of that just, it planted a seed for my love of it, you know? So I'm grateful for her.
I mean, massive shout out to Renee then.
Yes, we love Renee.
And Incarnate Word, shout out to Incarnate
Go
Word.
Shamrocks.
But also, I mean, how lucky. I mean, like you just think about school and you think about just the idea of like getting into a situation with someone like that and 3 students.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Insane. Yeah. And then she mentored me for years after that. I mean, every time I'm in San Antonio, I try and we'll go over and have a little chicken salad sandwich and yap and write. And I love her dearly.
I love that. So tell me about getting to record at Blackbird Studio in Nashville. I read about that. I mean, everyone from Taylor Swift and Dolly Parton to Beck and Snoop Dogg and Neil Young and like people like that have recorded there. Like, oh my gosh, the photo on the website of the CEO and co-founder of the John McBride, Marina's husband, right?
Yes.
All right. Or Martina, I should say.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. With all the amps behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, take me to there.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
what was that like?
So honestly, recording at Blackbird Studios was a huge full circle moment for me. I've had a lot of those this year, but I met Mr. John McBride when I was a sophomore in high school at Grammy U Camp in San Antonio. And there was an accordion player, a Tejano accordion player, who I guess is very good friends with John McBride. And he was in town with Martina, and they, I guess, had nothing to do one day. And he was like, there's a Grammy U Camp going on. Let's go pop over there and talk to the kids. And Renee had told my mom about it. And I ended up going to this Grammy U Camp randomly one weekend. And I met John McBride, and he told us if we were ever in Nashville to give him a call. And I think I got his email or had his phone number at the time. And I think I was the only kid that ever called him. And I was like, I'll take you up on that.
You straight up took him up on it. That's
and
awesome.
in junior year of high school, I went out there for a vocal camp at Belmont. And I called him, and he took me into Blackbird and sat with me and my parents, and we chatted for a long time. And then I went to Belmont, and it's been 10 years since then. And Ernie Gonzalez played on this record, and we didn't connect that he was at that Grammy U Camp with John McBride until my record release show 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And he shows me a photo. He's speaking, and it's the back of my head at this thing, which is just so wild. So getting to record there for when I won the Tractor Supply thing, one of it, the prizes is studio time. And so I got to go to Blackbird and cut 3 songs there and a jingle for Tractor Supply.
I mean, but that's a heck of a prize.
Definitely.
And I think I did see the beginning of the jingle on YouTube. A little bit of that. I was like, man, that's cool.
Thank you. But yeah, big full circle moment for me. It was so fun. And, you know, they just have the best musicians.
Yeah.
And it was an incredible experience.
That's amazing. So as far as songwriting goes, you know, we were joking about the jingle or whatever. But like, how does it work for you? Like, I like to ask folks that come through, like, does it start with just an idea, something someone says, or something, like a movie you see, or a TV, like Landman, like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or a chord progression? Like, how does it work for you?
It kind of depends. I feel like I am definitely more of a lyric person. I love stories. I love writing songs that you can see. But I have definitely had experiences where I'm just walking down the stairs and start humming something, and then I record it, and then I'll bring it into a write with an artist, or I'll start writing it by myself. We'll see. It really depends, but I have a whole list on my phone. I got notes of song ideas, and I'm always writing things down in there, and it depends. I had a song start for my friend Shelby Stone. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's out of Fort Worth.
I feel like I have, actually.
She's awesome. She does this Southern rock thing, grunge thing.
Oh yeah, wait, no, I definitely have. Yeah,
she's amazing. Yeah. But I had started this idea for her song "Burns Blue," and it was the first time her and my friend Daniel Etheridge wrote together. And I found the old work tape of it, and it's literally just parts of the chorus melody, and then "Burns Blue" is the title. And I didn't know what to do with it, so I brought it to her, and that song's on Texas radio now.
Amazing.
So just seeing the journey of the song is so cool, but it really depends on who I'm writing with. If I'm writing by myself, and I heard Devin O'Day, she's in Nashville. She told me about a month ago that songs are like lightning bolts, and God sends them down and just hopes someone catches it.
You got to stay open to them too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. That's a great, man, I love that. That's a really cool way to put it. So lastly, I like to ask people, as you make your way around in support of your record, Run of the Mill, give us some records you've been listening to lately, or some artists that you love that you're like, you want to give a shout out to, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me a few.
I love Wilder Blue. They are my favorite.
Nice.
They're so cool, and I've been diving into their record recently. My friend Aniston Pate is a bombshell. She's from West Texas, and she just got signed to Sony, and she put out an EP called Handful.
Oh my goodness.
That is just such an awesome record. It's so good, and I'm such a fan of hers. So.
I mean, I love the title of the record already.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
great.
She will go on her spiel. She's like, you are never too much for anyone, and if you are, then you're a handful. And they just, like, if they want to find less, then they can go find less. She's just awesome.
Amen.
Yeah, she's one of my besties. So I've been listening to that record a lot. I'm trying to see who else have I been diving into. There's a girl named Katie Gavin who does kind of alternate music. She's I think the lead singer of Muno.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not very into that world, so I may have mispronounced that. But she has a couple songs, and a new record. One of the songs is called Aftertaste, and I can just spin that all day. It's kind of Maggie Rogers almost vibe, at least to me, but I'm a big fan of like that alternate world.
Yeah.
And then can I shout out one more?
Please, you can shout out however many you want.
My friend Abigayle Oakley just released a record called This Side of the Sun, and I actually co-wrote 2 songs on the record with her, and she is also another one of those writers that I love seeing how her mind works and how she views the world. She's a genius and totally underrated. She's going for the moon. She's just awesome. So I would listen to This Side of the Sun by Abigayle Compst.
There you go, y'all. Everybody listening, everybody watching, get out there and check out those recommendations. The latest album is called Run of the Mill on what Gloria calls her hometown record label, as a thanks and a shout out to her fans. It's out everywhere you stream your music and out on vinyl and CD as of June 5th. You can pick up your copy here at Waterloo Records. Of course you can. You can follow her on Instagram at Gloria Anderson Music. And for all things Gloria, you can head over to gloriaandersonmusic.squarespace.com and look her up on YouTube. Please, it's awesome. Check out some of the great acoustic versions of the tunes from Run of the Mill. Gloria Anderson, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely.
Please come back and see us.
Anytime.
And thank you all out there for listening. You can follow us on Instagram at Waterloo Records, at Waterloo.sound for our Dolby Atmos studio, at Waterloo_wheels to follow the ongoing adventures, and there have been many lately, of the Waterloo van, at Unofficial Dogs of Waterloo to see all our canine pals who come in and shop with us. And as always, at EG15M to keep up with all of our interviews. To subscribe to Everybody Gets 15 Minutes, you can find us on YouTube, on the Waterloo Records channel, and wherever you get your podcasts. I'd like to thank Cory Reinisch, our marketing director, Allie Lingren, our in-house engineer, Mads Lupold, forever, Mads, for putting these together, Audio-Technica for the headphones and the mics, and of course the fine folks on staff here at the shop, without which none of this is possible. I'm Gus Ochoa. See y'all next time, and until then, support the artists you love, support your local record store, and next time you're in Austin, stop in and say, hey, we'd love to see you. Adios, y'all.